Most buyers assume that more DAC chips automatically mean cleaner sound, but the XI1's dual CS43198 setup is tuned for a 130 decibels dynamic range and 115 decibels THD+N, which is less about raw quantity and more about keeping noise floor low enough that you stop noticing hiss between tracks. 3 weeks from now, you'll be halfway through a late evening playlist when you realize the amp hasn't warmed the room the way older gear used to, and your partner comments that the cable no longer drags across the desk like a live wire. The low-level hum that used to creep in during quiet classical passages simply isn't there anymore, and you've stopped reaching for the volume knob to compensate. The SHANLING Onix Alpha XI1 portable DAC and headphone amplifier does one job. It converts digital audio to analog with enough headroom that 180 μU at 32 ohms single-ended and 500 μU at 32 ohms balanced drives most headphones without strain. It does not try to be a Bluetooth streamer, a battery pack, or a multi-device switch. Its 3.5mm and 4.4mm outputs are the entire promise. The dual SGM-A2622 amplifiers sit with a deliberate resistance when you turn the volume past 70%, not the loose spin of cheaper pots, and the body stays cool enough that you forget it's even on. The OLED screen glows a steady blue for PCM and shifts amber for DSD, which means the kind of person who measures twice before plugging in knows the format at a glance without opening an app. The physical buttons have a tactile click that registers under your thumb after 20 minutes of scrolling playlists, and the ring LED pulses gently when a new track loads, replacing the harsh blink of older gear. Here is who this is not for. Anyone who needs aptX or LDAC over Bluetooth, because this is wired only, and that gap won't close with a firmware update. If wireless convenience is your real job, look for a DAC with built-in Bluetooth 5.0 and codec support instead. If your problem is desktop clutter and a noisy amp, the limitation is irrelevant. You're not paying for a feature you'll never use. If you're still here, you're the minority who wanted the trade-off rather than the spec sheet, and this channel is made on that assumption. I'm reading the manufacturer's own listing, and what jumps out is the absence of any Bluetooth version or codec detail, which usually means the device is wired only, and you should confirm that before buying. The listing does state 3.5mm and 4.4mm outputs, 130 decibels dynamic range, and 11-15 decibels THD+N, which implies the analog stage is built for low noise performance rather than raw power. Deciding between this and something cheaper comes down to which mistake costs less: buying this and finding it more than you need, or buying less and repeating the search. The 500 μU balanced output at 32 ohms is the spec that tells you which side of that line you're on. The link is in the description so you can check what it is sitting at right now and decide if